Give you our starting lineup. Michael Gillis going to start on the pole here. Coming out of Clever, Missouri in the number 33 machine on his outside is going to be Hunter Stutzman in the 668 coming all the way from Highlandville, Missouri. The lights are out. We're ready to get green flag racing as we make our way around the track here. Dean Bell in the number 30 machine coming out of Springfield, Missouri on his outside. Going to be the 12M of Ronnie Maples out of Crane. Yeah, Ronnie Maples cheering section here. And Garrett Thompson in a 929 coming in second last week. Coming in second to brother Kyle Thompson. That's a tough pill to swallow. Talked to him on Facebook this weekend. He said he's going to try to do one better this week. We'll see if he can do it. He's got a lot of others to contend with. We're green flag racing here. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Getting that Ozark fiber restart zone. Right off the bat there, Michael Gillis in the lead. Right to his inside, the number 668 of Hunter Stutzman. They're side by side going through 3 and 4. Stutzman gonna try to hang it out just a little bit pace for it. Gillis gonna lead lap number 1 in that number 33 machine. Stutzman in that second spot. Dean Bell, the number 30, in third. Gillis running a 19.793 that last time by. Fastest of any other car. Stutzman running a 19.943. Of course, he slipped up just a little bit coming out of turn number 4, so I expect him to run much faster lap this time by. Michael Gillis running at 18.96, first to dip below that 19-second mark. Watch out, the 929 getting around Dean Bell there for that third spot. Just 0.8 of a second between your first and second machine. Michael Gillis ahead of Hunter Stutzman by 0.7 of a second, that time by another 1.5 seconds back. Garrett Thompson. Garrett gonna try to reel these guys in here as we come to halfway through your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Michael Gillis in that number 33 machine out front by over a second now over the 668 of Hunter Stutzman. Gillis looking good and clean out there. Boy, he's got that thing on rails, doesn't he? Stutzman was 1.106 seconds back last lap. This time it's 1.30. Garrett Thompson closing the gap there in that 929 machine, though, as he starts to reel in that 668 machine. He's got 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go here in our Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Thompson really narrowing the gap. Has got it to under a second this time. Hunter Stutzman narrows his gap as well. Michael Gillis still out front of this heat race number 1. White flag coming out for your leader, number 33 machine of Michael Gillis. A lead in from the start. Hunter Stutzman, Garrett Thompson, your top 3 going back to Dean Bell and Ronnie Maples, rounding out your top 5. Coming off of turn number 4, Michael Gillis out front by a whole second of Hunter Stutzman. Hunter Stutzman going to come in second, Garrett Thompson third. Dean Bell going to round out your top 4. Ronnie Maples finishing in the rear there. Michael Gillis going to take a Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. 0.711 the gap between him and the 668 machine of Hunter Stutzman. Garrett Thompson, the 929, going to come in third. Dean Bell rounding out your top 4. Ron Maples are rounding out the field there. Again, good racing from our Napa Auto Parts. Good racing from our Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. All right, heat race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole for your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Eli Muhlenberg in the number 25 machine coming out of Ozark, Missouri. On his outside is going to be the 292 of Kyle Thompson out of Joplin. Inside row number 2 is going to be Darren Bird out of Marionville, Missouri on his outside. Number 33M of Steve Muhlenberg. And starting in the rear there, fourth generation driver, number 21K of Sam Keller. This is his fourth race in that car. We'll see what he could do. He was awful fast in hot laps. I'm a big fat liar. I got my drivers mixed up. Just don't listen to the guy up here in the booth with the microphone. If I sound like I know what I'm talking about, I'm speaking the truth. Anyway, we're looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Green flag, here we go. .292 of Kyle Thompson. Going around that top side, he is your new leader. 33M of Steve Muhlenberg on that top side. Gonna try to go around the 25 as well. Kyle Thompson going to lead lap number 2 here, having some technical difficulties. I'll get it fixed, don't worry. Fast lap from Kyle Thompson there, 292, running at 18.762. Watch out, Steve Muhlenberg in that 33 machine, trying to take a look to the inside here as we come to lap number 3. Looking on the inside, going to try to take the lead here. Thompson, your leader. Muhlenberg in that second spot. Eli Muhlenberg in that number 25 machine. He's running third. Darren Burt and Sam Keller rounding out your field here. Thompson hanging on to a 0.3 of a second lead over the Steve Muhlenberg here. Eli Muhlenberg another 2.332 seconds back. Running a 19.241 last time by. Kyle Thompson just keeps getting faster and faster, 18.678. You can see he's really turned it on. Almost the fastest. Two laps to go here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Kyle Thompson, the 292 machine, really got it stretched out. Looking at the white flag this time by 292. Kyle Thompson out front of this thing by 0.4 of a second over the 33M of Steve Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg run that bottom line. Everybody run that lower line through 1 and 2. We'll see where they run through 3 and 4. Also going to try to work that bottom. Checkered flag coming out. Checkered flag being brought to you by Wesco Home Furnishings, 819 US Highway 60 in Monett. Kyle Thompson taking the win there. Steve Muhlenberg coming in second. Eli Muhlenberg third. Darren Burt finishing 4th. And Sam Keller rounding out your top 5. Again, Kyle Thompson taking the win there in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Steve Muhlenberg coming second. Eli Muhlenberg in the number 25 machine coming in third. Darren Burt and Sam Keller rounding out your field there. All right, just running one heat race here in your pure stocks. All right, starting on the pole here, the 21H machine of Kevin Yount. Coming all the way from Springfield, Missouri. On his outside is going to be Chris Tonley in that number 71 machine. Lineups brought to you by Midwest Sheet Metals. Sean Coates and Lenny Coates side by side. 34 machine of Sean Coates on the inside. Lenny Coates on the outside. Dale Centers looking for win at number 10. I think I misspoke last week. Said he had a 10 win season already. He just finished 9th win of the year. Cassville, Missouri's Dell Centers inside of row number 3. On his outside is going to be the number 54 machine of Dean Kimberling. Inside row number 4 is going to be Dylan Bowman, the number 69 machine coming all the way from Purdy, Missouri, your current points leader. And on his outside, the 714 of Dustin Isaacs. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. Again, a J&M Pallets and Trucking Company, your official Hot Laps and Heat Race sponsor. We appreciate them very much. Right off the bat, Chris Tonley looking good in that number 71 machine, bringing her down the front stretch. He's going to lead lap number 1. Kevin Yount's going to be a tough 1.113 seconds behind. Lenny Coates ahead of Dell Centers already. Dell Centers fighting off Sean Coates in that number 34 machine, going back to Dustin Isaacs in the 714. Side-by-side action behind your leader, Chris Tonley, out front all by himself. You can just keep the camera on these two battles for second and fourth, rather. Lenny Coates fighting with Kevin Yount in that number 21 machine out front. Dell Centers with Sean Coates. Dell Centers able to get around Coates, and he's looking for more here on lap number 5. 3 laps in the books, 5 to go. Chris Tonley out front in that number 71 machine, almost a whole straightaway lead. Dell Centers looking underneath the 21 machine of Kevin Yount, looking to take away that 3rd spot. Chris Tonley in that 71 machine, 3.7 seconds ahead of Lenny Coates. Coates getting taken over by the 25 machine as they go down the backstretch here. Dell Centers, your new 2nd place. Gonna try to reel on that 71 machine. That's gonna be a tough task with just 3 to go here. Dell Centers in that 2nd spot. Chris Tonley out front. Lenny Coates falls back to that 3rd spot. Good battle shaping up for that 4th spot. Kevin Yount and Sean Coates side by side coming off of turn number 4. Good camera rock. Good camera work being brought to you by Show Me Dirt, of course. White flag coming out for your leader here, the number 71 of Chris Tonley out front of this thing. Our only heat race here from your pure stocks tonight. Tonley with a beautiful looking black and gray with a pink accents. Good looking car. Dell Centers did all that he could, but it was way too late. As Chris Tonley in the number 71 machine is going to take this thing pretty handily. Dell Centers going to come in that 2nd spot. Lenny Coates able to round up a 3rd. It's your call on that 4th spot. Kevin Yount just narrowing out Sean Coates for that 4th position. Chris Tonley doing his thing out front behind him. Some really good racing for 2nd. Chris Tonley winning by 5.465 seconds. Dell Centers coming in that 2nd spot in the number 25 machine. Lenny Coates finishing 3rd. Kevin Yount and Sean Coates, excellent battle, side-by-side finish. Just 18/100ths of a second between Sean Coates and Kevin Yount there. Again, Kevin Yount finishing in that 4th spot. Sean Coates on his outside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what you've been waiting for. It is time for some late models. Yeah, give it up for some late models. I'm excited too. Got 2 heat races here starting on the pole. Due to start on the poles, the number 26P machine of Glenn Powell. On his outside is going to be Kai Blight. Glenn Powell coming out of Nixon, Missouri in that 26P machine. Kai Blight coming from Bunbury all the way from Australia in the number 31 machine. Marvin Forrest going to start that 45 machine in that 3rd spot on his outside. Going to be Eric Perry in the number 22 machine coming all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas. Tyler Kykindle in the 8K coming from Warsaw, Missouri. Going to start inside row number 3. On his outside is going to be Jackson Ertl in the quarter J. And starting in the rear is going to be Sean Eggman in the number 18. Doesn't look like the 26P machine of Glenn Powell going to be able to make it out.
Everybody makes the 8 feature, so don't wreck everybody. Keep it clean, drivers. Keep it clean. We're going to go green this time by green this time.
I'm sure you've probably heard our race director there. We're going to try to keep it clean here as we get to our Ozark 5 restart zone. Green flag, here we go. Right off the bat, Mr. Kai Blight with the powerful lead. You can tell that man is a champion anywhere he goes. Watch out, the 8K of Tyler Kykindle blasting his way. He's already up to second, looking to get around Marvin Forrest here. Kai Blight out front by 2.605 in 1 second. That is outrageous considering we're already running a 15.935 right off the bat. Kai Blight running a 15.935, improves it to a 15.639 that time by. Tyler Kykindle taking over that second spot over Marvin Forrest. Marvin sliding back to that third spot. Jackson Ertl in fourth, and Eric Perry in fifth. Kai Blight already 3 laps in the books. Boy, that is a fast machine in that 31.4 powered machine. Tyler Kykindle back by 5.805. He's already broke away from the rest of the field there as well. Gonna be hard to beat this gentleman in that number 31 machine. Kai Blight running away with this deal. Tyler Kykindle in that second spot. Marvin Forrest and Jackson Ertl fighting for third. Jackson Ertl on the bottom side getting around Marvin Forrest as he makes his way for lap number 5. Your leader already catching up to lap traffic as he's looking at the bottom side of the 18 machine of Sean Eggman. Lapping cars in a heat race, that is just wild. Kai Blight already on his last lap. Here comes your second car. Tyler Kykindle in that second spot. Jackson Ertl, Marvin Forrest. My goodness, lapping over half the field. Kai Blight taking the dominant win here in your dirt super late models. Kai Blight in that number 31 machine running a 15.645. That guy is on fire. Tyler Kykindle in the 8K machine coming in that second spot. Jackson Ertl finishing third in the quarter J. Marvin Forrest rounding out your first half of the field. Eric Perry in the 22 machine rounding out your top 5. Sean Eggman rounding out the field. My goodness, it's going to be hard to beat that fella there. Heat race number 2. Making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole. This is your 4th generation driver. Spoke to his family in the back there. This is his 4th race in the car. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 21 of Chris Wilhite. Coming all the way from Meeker, Oklahoma, the number 21 machine on his outside is going to be the number 11 of Steve Johnson, coming all the way from Joplin, Missouri. Business owner of Reliable Welding. We appreciate him very much. He does a lot of work around here. Colwell is going to start inside row number 2 out of Aurora, Missouri, and the number 7 machine on his outside is going to be Ryan Johnson in that 7J. Inside row number 3, Steve Steele in the 87 on his outside. Going to be the 98 of Justin Wells. And starting in the rear there, the number 29 of Matt Minzy. Looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Freedom Bank bringing out your green flag. Here we go. Chris Wilhite already going to be in a fight with Cole Wells here as we go through. Down the backstretch, Wilhite, your leader. Golly, he is fast. His family was right. Wilhite coming around the lead lap number 1, the number 21 machine. 16.385 that last time by. Cole Wells running a 16.607. And Justin Wells already up to that third spot, 16.718, coming around for lap number 2. 2 laps in the books here. Wilhite still your leader over Cole Wells. Cole Wells 0.7 of a second back behind in the number 7 machine. Another half a second back to Justin Wells. Justin will go to the inside after winning last night. Good weekend for Justin Wells. We'll see if he can win another one here at Monett Motor Speedway. Chris Wilhite almost into that 15-second land. Running a 16.119 that last time by. Starting to step away from Cole Wells just a little bit. Stretching his lead out to a 1.057 that last time. Adds 0.2 of a second onto it here for lap number 4. Just past your halfway. Cole Wells getting around, Justin getting around Cole. Justin going to start working that high side. Find that moisture up on that top line. Chris Wilhite putting Steve Still a lap down there. Justin Wells in that second spot, almost 2 seconds back. Problems on the 98 machine. He's slow on the top side, going to bring out the caution here. Caution being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. Caution coming out here on lap number 3 for the 98 of Justin Wells. 21 of Chris Wilhite, your current leader. Cole Wells moving up to second spot. Ryan Johnson in the 7J will move up to third. Tough break and a round of applause for the 98 of Justin Wells. We'll see if he can get it fixed back up before we head into the feature here. Again, the number 21 of Chris Wilhite Jr. Out front of this thing, Justin Wells dropping out. Was running second at the time, 2 seconds behind the 21 of Chris Wilhite Jr. Cole Wells will assume that second spot. He'll move to the bottom side. Pair of 7s are right behind Chris Wilhite. Ryan Johnson on his outside. Steve Johnson, Matt Menzie, row number 3 there. Steve Still in that 87 machine. 1 lap down. Looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone or green flag. Here we go. 3 laps to go. Cole Wells getting a little bump. Wilhite right back where he was before, out front here. Wilhite with an 0.8 of a second lead over Cole Wells in the number 7 machine. Ryan Johnson falls back just a little bit. Everybody starts to get a little spread out. White flag coming out for Chris Wilhite Jr. Got that Firebird right there on the front. That is a cool looking machine. Cole Wells dropping back to a second behind. Coming off of turn number 4. Checkered flag being brought to you by Wesca Home Furnishings. Chris Wilhite Jr., your winner. Cole Wells, that 7 machine. Coming in second. Ryan Johnson finishing third. Matt Menzie finishing 4th. And Steve Johnson rounding out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 21 machine of Chris Wilhite Jr. taking the win there in heat race number 2 of your Dirt Super Late Models. Cole Wells coming in second, just 1.409 seconds behind that 21 machine. Ryan Johnson finishing third, Matt Menzie in 4th, and Steve Johnson rounding out your top 5. right, time for your Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 1. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 32 machine coming all the way from Pea Ridge, Arkansas. It's going to be Kelly Chick Hicks. On his outside, the 24L of Patrick Lewis, all the way from Wellsville, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be Matt Thompson in the number 31 coming from Bentonville, Arkansas. On his outside, it's going to be Trevor Drake in the 7L. And starting in the rear there, Brendan Baum in the number 9 machine out of Neosho, Missouri. And on his outside, Mr. Terry Williams coming all the way from Springfield, Missouri in the number 27. Going to give it a little more roll in. Caution stays on the course. Hey, big thank you to Thomas Towing. We haven't needed him so far. Announcer's curse. Anyway, Thomas Towing, they offer fast towing 24/7 at a competitive rate. If your car breaks down and you need a company you can trust to arrive quickly and provide the help you need, call Thomas Towing at 417-235-3323. Big thank you to Stanfield Sanitation Garbage and Rubbish Removal, family owned and operated by third-generation owners. Celebrating 50 years in business this year, servicing local businesses and communities here in 2024. If you need anything from the Stanfield Sanitation crew, give them a call, 476-5977. All right, again, now the lights are out. Hicks and Lewis, row number 1. Thompson, Drake, row number 2. Brennan Baum and Terry Williams in the rear there. Again, hot laps and heat races being brought to you by J&M Pallet Company. We appreciate those guys very, very much. And we're green flag racing. Thank you, Freedom May. Boy, Drake all over the back bumper of the 24. We are 3 wide for the lead, right through 1 and 2. Kelly Chick Hicks assumes the lead. The number 31 machine of Matt Thompson going to try to take it from him here in turns 3 and 4 and does so. Drake looking to the bottom side. He wants that second spot away from Kelly Chick Hicks. 31 machine of Matt Thompson out front of this thing. Trevor Drake, Kelly Chick Hicks, your top 3. Watch out, Patrick Lewis gets around that 32 machine. Drake challenging for the lead here on lap number 1. 2 laps in the books here. Matt Thompson out front of this thing by 1/10 of a second. Trevor Drake in that second spot. Patrick Lewis and Kelly Chick Hicks, your top 4. Patrick Lewis want to challenge, want to make it a 3-car race for the lead here. 31 a little loose going down the front stretch. Trevor Drake all over the back bumper like a heat-seeking missile following right down the back stretch. Thompson only in front of this thing by 0.3 of a second. Drake with the lead here on lap number 4. Halfway through this thing, Trevor Drake, your new leader. Matt Thompson fighting back from the inside. Patrick Lewis looking for what lane to go in. Who is he going to follow? Patrick Lewis, good run through 3 and 4. Matt Thompson going to try to run that high line, gain some speed back through that moisture. Patrick Lewis doing the same. Trevor Drake out front of this thing here. Going to be 2 laps to go this next time by. Trevor Drake. We're almost side by side for the race lead again, ladies and gentlemen. 31 of Matt Thompson. Just 1/10 of a second. They're going up and banging. Watch out. Thompson loses some momentum. He's been counting laps. He knows this one's the white flag, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor Drake out front of this thing. About to be a 3-car battle for the finish here. Thompson looking for one lane to go. Lewis going to go to the inside. Trevor Drake, Patrick Lewis, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead coming off of turn number 4. They're side by side. Here we go. Your top 3 spin. What an exciting finish, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you're here to see. What a race for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for our Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 1 winner, Trevor Drake in the 7L, earning that one. Matt Thompson and Patrick Lewis getting together right off of turn number 4. It was good, clean racing. Chip, you put that down. Put it down, Chip. Replay being brought to you by Midwest Sheet Metals here. What a good finish to that race. That one's going to go on TikTok and Facebook, all over the place there. Trevor Drake taking the win. Matt Thompson coming in that second spot. Kelly Chick Hicks rounding out your top 3. Terry Williams and Brennan Baum rounding out your top 5 there in your Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race to number 1. Heat race number 2. Boy, I'm going to need about 6 more Diet Cokes and 3 more waters when we get to intermission here. Heat race number 2 lining up here. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 33 machine out of Sparta, Missouri. It's going to be Steve Muhlenberg. On his outside, the 8S machine out of Nevada, Missouri. It's going to be John Sheets. Inside row number 2, the number 21 machine coming all the way from Carthage, Missouri. It's going to be Jackie Dalton starting in that 3rd spot. On his outside, the 23N out of Bolivar, Missouri. That's going to be Kenny Nutter. Starting on row number 3 out of Monett, Missouri, the number 22 machine of Zane McCracken. And on his outside, the number 56 machine of Hoyt Miller. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank, Ozark Fiber, Restart Zone. Let's get it on. Sheets on that top side, gonna assume the lead here. We're 3 wide for the lead, right through 1 and 2. John Sheets, your leader, heading into 3 and 4. Hoyt Miller already coming from the back. He's challenging for that 2nd spot. He'll fall back into 3rd. Jackie Dalton on his top side. Hoyt Miller on the bottom side, looking to get around Steve Muhlenberg here on lap number 1. Hoyt Miller getting around him. Hoyt Miller moves up to that 2nd spot. John Sheets still out front. Sheets out front of this thing by 1.344 seconds over the Hoyt Miller. Maybe problems on the Steve Muhlenberg machine as he falls back to that 4th spot. Jackie Dalton getting him around him on that bottom side. Sheets, Miller, Dalton, Muhlenberg, your top 4. Nutter and McCracken rounding out the field there. John Sheets running at 18.470 that last time by. Hoyt Miller running just behind him in at 18.483. Running about identical lap times. Going to be hard to catch him here. I spoke too soon. 18.171 coming from that 56 Hoyt Miller machine. He's got something figured out this week, ladies and gentlemen. And he's trying to reel in that 8S machine of John Sheets. We are 5 laps in the books, 3 to go here. 8S machine of John Sheets out front. Hoyt Miller in that 2nd spot. Jackie Dalton trying to reel him in. He's another 2.5 seconds back in that 21 car. Visibly, Hoyt Miller looks like he's starting to catch him. 0.8 of a second separate the 56 and the 8S. John Sheets still leading this thing here on lap number 6. Coming to the last lap one more time around for the 8S machine of John Sheets. Still leading your Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 2. Hoyt Miller just a half a second back. Can he do it? Can he reel him in? Doing a little fishing. Hoyt Miller going to give it all that he's got. He's on the bottom side. Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen? They're side by side. Sheets with the advantage on that top side. Checker flag being brought to you by Wesco Home Furnishings. John Sheets checking the win there. Hoyt Miller finishing that 2nd spot. Jackie Dalton able to get the 3rd. Steve Muhlenberg finishing 4th, and Kenny Nutter finishing 5th. My goodness, another good one. 8S of John Sheets winning your Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 2. Hoyt Miller started to reel him in. He got him down to 0.4 of a second. Gonna be a good feature from your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified. Shaqy Dalton finishing in that third spot. Steve Muhlenberg finishing fourth. Kenny Nutter rounding out your top 5. And Zane McCracken rounding out the field. My goodness, what a good night of racing. Great track tonight. We're ready for some legends. I know this is a lot of people's favorite class. I know it's my wife's favorite class. She's in the back there. I know she probably took some pictures. All right, time for your INEX Legends Heat Race number 1. Starting on the pole out of Seneca, Missouri is going to be Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. in that number 57 machine. One-time winner this year. Going to look for his second. On his outside is going to be the 8. What did he change it to this week? 8-3, 85 and a third. I don't know. Zerny Vest. I'm going to have to talk to you after the races here. Zerny Vest starting outside of row number 1 in that 85. I'm just going to call it 85 machine. Brad Sims in the number 70. Starting inside of row number 2 on his outside is going to be the 38 of Dave Smith. Inside row number 3 is going to be 00 of Smoke Metcalf. And Kaylee Smith in the 83 starting on the outside of row number 3. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Ozark Fire a Restart Zone. Got that mention in there. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., your leader here right off the bat, going down the back stretch. Zerny Vest gonna do his best to take it from him. Berkey-Bile out front. Zerny Vest in that second spot. Brad Smith rounding out your top 3. Dave Smith already making it up to that 4th spot. Gonna look to the top side of the number 70 of Brad Smith. Couple cars in the 21 second line up there. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. and Brad Sims on that number 70 machine. Sims going to take a look to that bottom side. Looking to take that second spot away from Zerny Vest. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. out front of this thing by 0.8 of a second. It looks a lot bigger when you panned out there, Tombo. That is a good lead for that 57 machine of Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. I just know Mama's watching from work, so we want to give her the best coverage we can here with Show Me Dirt. Show Me Dirt being brought to you by Midwest Sheet Metals. We appreciate those guys very much for being able to do what we do. Show Me Dirt, one of the best in the business here. We couldn't do it without a little help. Just past your halfway point here. Number 57 of Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., your leader. Going down the back stretch, Zerny Vest in that second spot. Dave Smith up to 3rd, getting around Brad Sims there. Lil Bumblebee gonna do it again. I believe he's got 5 laps in the books, 3 to go. Number 70 machine of Brad Sims spinning. We'll see if he can get it back going, and he does. We'll stay green flag racing. I guess I could mention both things. Almost brought you a drop and lock, a key caution, but we didn't. We're going to stay Freedom Bank green flag racing here in INEX Legends Heat Race number 1. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. coming off of turn number 4. Going to see the white flag. Zerny Vest holding on to that second spot. He's 1 second back. Dave Smith in 3rd. Kaylee Smith in the 83 machine. Up to 4th. Smoke Metcalf in 5th. Tough luck for that 70 machine as you see him there in turn number 4. Spun out once again. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of INEX Legends Heat Race number 1, the number 57 machine of Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. Zerny Vest coming in that second spot. Dave Smith rounding out your top 3. Kaylee Smith's finishing just outside the podium spot. Mr. Smoke Metcalf. Smoke Metcalf, the 00, finishing a top 5. That 00 machine heading off the track now, 12 years old. Smoke Metcalf. Follow him on Facebook or anywhere you can. He's going to be a good little racer here in the future. All right, INX Legends Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole. Give me the number 55 machine out of Spokane, Missouri. It's going to be Kenny Foster starting on the pole there on his outside. It's going to be the number 72 machine of Evan Powell all the way from Wheaton, Missouri. Peyton Powell is going to start his number 41 on inside row number 1. Again, out of Wheaton, Missouri on his outside. Able to make it out. Didn't have to work tonight. It's going to be Mike Seitz in the number 11 coming all the way from Monett, Missouri. And your current points leader, the number 1 machine in the rear there. Coming all the way from Spokane, Missouri. Tanner Foster in the 1. Somebody not able to make it out. I believe it was Peyton Pyle in the 41. We're starting way early, but we're going to go ahead and let it happen. Kenny Foster gets this thing started, and meanwhile, we're 3 wide for second. Right behind him, Tanner Foster giving him the little bump. Say, get out there. I need someone to chase down. 3 wide still for that second spot. Tanner Foster assuming that second spot over Evan Pyle and Michael Seitz. Kenny Foster out front of this thing by 0.3 of a second over the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Foster running a 21.184. Kenny Foster out front all by himself, getting to run a 21 flat just about. Michael Seitz challenging for that second spot on the bottom side. Advantage to that bottom side. Seitz moves up to that second position. He's looking at Mr. Tanner Foster for the lead there as he makes his way off of turn number 2. Good run off that bottom side. Has it cut short as Foster moves down the track just a little bit. Tanner Foster in the number 1 machine out front. The number 11, Mike Seitz, is in second. Seitz going to try the outside this time by. Tricking him, going to the inside. Foster on the outside, Seitz on the inside. Drag race down the back, and they keep it. Foster holding on to that lead there. Kenny Foster in that 3rd spot. Evan Powell 4th. Tanner Foster able to extend that lead by just a little bit, half a second over Michael Seitz in that number 11 machine. Tanner Foster out front, Michael Seitz in second. Kenny Foster rather, in 3rd, and Evan Pyle, number 72, the only non-white car out on the track. Three laps to go here in your INX Legends Heat Race number 2. Tanner Foster still out front. Evan Pyle trying his best to run that outside. Tricks himself into going back in. Michael Seitz going to give another shot. Trying to get the lead here. Going to be the white flag this time by Tanner Foster out front of this thing. Michael Seitz just 0.2 of a second behind. Seitz going to take a look at the inside as we go through 1 and 2. Evan Powell going to spin there after just taking that 3rd spot away. Coming off of turn number 4, checkered flag being brought to you by Wesco Home Furnishings. Tanner Foster taking that Wesco Home Furnishings checkered flag. Michael Seitz coming in a very short distance behind, 0.1 of a second behind that number 1 machine. Kenny Foster finishing 3rd, and Evan Pyle had a good race going on. Hey, don't take off Jesse's door. Good run for Tanner Foster there. Exciting racing coming from INX Legends. I don't know what word I just said, but I meant to say INX. I think I put some R's and O's in there. Heat race number 2. Tanner Foster taking the win there. Michael Seitz finishing 2nd. Kenny Foster finishing 3rd, and Evan Powell rounding out the field there. All right, time for some bomber racing. All right, running one heat race here in our bomber class. James DeWitt out of Pineville, Missouri. Gonna start on the pole there in the 930 machine. On his outside is gonna be the number 82 machine out of Neosho, Jesse Parmalee, starting on the outside. Zachary Riddick in the number 32 machine out of Aurora, Missouri. Gonna start inside row number 2. On his outside, Larry Jordan in that beautiful number 10 machine. God bless that car. Inside row number 3 is going to be, this is his real name, Mr. Jack Hammer in the number 14 out of Ava, Missouri. On his outside, Michael Gillison in the number 33. Inside row number 4 is going to be Michael Grosbeck in the 32G out of Flemington, Missouri. On his outside, Mr. Daryl Riddick in the 29. And starting in the rear there, unfortunate with his normal car, he's racing for Josh Paul there in the 82X. It's going to be Evan Clark out of Pine Mill, Missouri. We are Green Flag Racing. Thank you to Freedom Bank. We're 3 wide. Getting around that 14 machine. We're bumping and banging like this is the enduro race. I told you this is why you came. Again, big thank you to J&M Pallet Company, official sponsor of your hot laps and heat races, for bringing us all this exciting action here at Monett Motor Speedway. James DeWitt going to lead lap number 1. Jesse Parmalee, Zach Riddick rounding out your top 3. Top 5 starting to break away from me. The rest of the field there, Michael Grosbeck and Michael Gillis jumping in that top 5. James DeWitt out front big. Couple teammates going to fight for that 6th spot. That's the number 10 of Larry Jordan and Evan Clark in the 82X. Clark with the advantage. A lot of bumping and banging there here for the 2nd spot. 3-car battle for that 2nd spot. Zachary Riddick gets around. He is assuming that 2nd position. Jesse Parmalee and Michael Grosbeck gonna fight for. I spoke too soon because we're 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Everything I said, just wipe it out. Jesse Parmalee in that 2nd spot. Michael Grosbeck in 3rd. Caution coming out here. I believe somebody is missing something off of their machine. Everybody got all their tires and stuff? Caution being brought to you here on lap number 5. I'm sorry, 5 to go. 3 laps in the books. Caution being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. James DeWitt out front of this deal. Jesse Parmalee in that 2nd spot. Parmalee electing to go to the bottom side. That's going to put Michael Grosbeck in the 32G on his top side. 66 of Riddick inside row number 3. We're going to go green flag this time by. Looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag, here we go. Yes, thank you, sir. Ozark Fiber restart zone. What a class this is. We're 3-car battle for 3rd. James DeWitt still out front. Jesse Parmalee doesn't have to worry about anybody else right now. Zachary Riddick was looking to the inside. Michael Grosbeck, rather, looking to the inside of Riddick. He was looking for 3rd. 14 car got a handle on this thing. His name is Hammer. He was looking to go 3 wide for that 4th spot. Unfortunately, the 82X machine of Evan Clark drops out here. Coming to 2 to go. James DeWitt still your leader. Jesse Parmalee right behind him, not that far off. 66 machine of Zachary Riddick in that 3rd spot. 0.6 of a second, but this is between your 2nd and leader. I didn't set myself up very well for that. White flag coming out for the 930 machine of James DeWitt. 6/10 of a second lead still over the number 82 of Jesse Parmalee. 66 of Zachary Riddick. Gonna try to advance one more machine ahead. So is Michael Gillis. Michael Gillis looking to the inside of the 32 machine of Grosbeck. Not gonna be able to complete it. It's gonna be 9:30 of James DeWitt taking the win. A good side-by-side battle for Parmalee and Riddick. Parmalee finishing second, Riddick finishing third. Grosbeck and Gillis rounding out your top 5. That is going to be an excellent feature.
This is going to be a quick turnaround. We're not taking much of an intermission.
Not going to take much of an intermission. You heard them, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, big thank you to Show Me Dirt. Good racing here in our hot laps and heat races. Being brought to you by J&M Pallet Company. We're going to take a short intermission and get right back into racing here. Stretch your legs, listen to some music, get you a hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dog, or a cookie, or a Bologna sandwich. Do what you got to do. We'll see you here in a short time. Problems on the 668 machine. He falls back very far so far. Kyle Thompson coming off turn number 4. Going to lead lap number 1. Lap number 1. All right, trying to get my bearings. Cars came out before we were ready. Thompson then a 292 had a 4/10 of a second lead last time by over number 33 of Steve Muhlenberg. Caution coming out here for Michael Gillis. Gillis was running in that 4th spot at the top. Kyle Thompson, your current leader here. 14 laps to go, 1 in the books. Garrett Thompson already moving from that 5th spot up to 3rd. Dean Bell from 7th to 5th. One down, 14 to go here. Kyle Thompson out front of this thing. Steve Muhlenberg and Garrett Thompson right behind him. Green flag. Here we go. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on here. They're bumping and banging. Watch out. Dean Bell back there in the middle of the pack. Making it 3 wide as Darren Burke gets around him on the underside. 668, Hunter Stutzman. Fell back a little bit on the start. Stutzman gets it back lined out. He's right on the back bumper. Right there in that 5th spot, right behind Eli Muhlenberg. Bell having problems riding the lip there. Jesse Stovall's going to be mad at you for destroying his cushion. Kyle Thompson out front of this thing here by 7/10 of a second over Steve Muhlenberg in the number 33M. Garrett Thompson up to that 3rd spot, looking all over the back bumper of the number 33. Stutzman on the bottom side of Eli Muhlenberg here. Muhlenberg able to motor on past him. Kyle Thompson wins last week, trying to make it 2 in a row. Garrett Thompson finished 2nd last week. He'll move up to 2nd now here on lap number 5. Muhlenberg not going anywhere there. See Muhlenberg right on his back bumper. Does a little crossover move. He's on the bottom side. They bump, they hit. They're going into turn number 3. Muhlenberg hits the cushion. Jesse's going to be mad at you now. Looking at our Midwest sheet metals replay here. Looks like Muhlenberg just went in just a little bit too hot. Almost collecting Thompson there. We're on lap number 6. Kyle Thompson, your leader. Garrett Thompson in that second spot.
25 out. 668.
Eli Muhlenberg going to move up to that third position. 668 at Hunter Stutzman.
12 in down. 30 out.
Muhlenberg, winner of a few here at Monett Motor Speedway this year, going to drop out here on lap number 6. Kyle Thompson, Garrett Thompson, a 1 and 2. Eli Muhlenberg, Hunter Stutzman, and Darren Burt, your top 5. Still under caution here. Not going green quite yet. Darren Burt dropping out as well there. He was running 6, not sure what's going on. Able to make it back onto the track right on time. Lights are out. We're going green flag racing next time by. He could be at full speed if he times it just right. .292, Kyle Thompson, your pace setter as they come off on turn number 4. Green flag. Here we go. Not a good restart for the 25 machine. Eli Muhlenberg going to fall back to 4th there. Hunter Stutzman up to that 3rd spot. Talking to Garrett Thompson on Messenger this week, he said he wants to improve his spot by 1. He's looking to do that as he's on the inside of brother Garrett Thompson. Kyle Thompson, rather. Kyle Thompson on the top side, Garrett Thompson on the bottom. Kyle Thompson with the preferred line up top. Watch out, the 668 machine of Hunter Stutzman looking to ruin their all Thompson party here. Kyle Thompson out front by 0.2 of a second over Garrett Thompson, then a 929. Garrett going to take another run down the bottom side. Can't quite clear him. Let's see if he can get it here on lap number 6. Oh, still side by side. Garrett Thompson, Kyle Thompson. Garrett on the bottom side. Scored is your leader that last time by. Boy, looking good going into turn 3 and 4. Garrett Thompson on the bottom side. If he can move up, you've got him clear, my boy. Garrett Thompson, your new leader. Kyle Thompson at 2nd spot. Hunter Stutzman in 3rd. Eli Muhlenberg and Michael Gillis, your top 5. Thompson's kind of break away from everybody else. Watch out. Hey, take a look back to the back here. We got 3-car battle for that 4th spot. Steve Muhlenberg jumping 2 cars in 1 lap there. Still fighting off Eli Muhlenberg. Eli on the bottom side. Gillis way too high. He hits that berm. Hey, green flag race. Boy, all this excitement around the track. Take a look off of turn number 4. You're looking at the white flag, my friends. Garrett Thompson, your leader. Garrett Thompson with a 1 second lead over Kyle Thompson that last time around. Hunter Stutzman in that third spot. He said he was going to do it, and he did it, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Garrett Thompson in the 9:29. Kyle Thompson coming in that second spot. Hunter Stutzman in third. Steve Muhlenberg and Eli Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. He told me he was going to do it, and he did it. 9:29 to Garrett Thompson taking the win here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified A feature. Kyle Thompson, the 9:29, and brother Garrett Thompson swaps spots from last week. Garrett taking the win there. Kyle Thompson finishing second. Hunter Stutzman in that 668 machine finishing third. Steve Muhlenberg making his way back up to that 4th spot. And Eli Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. Excellent racing from Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modifieds. Again, after the races, everybody stick around. We're going to bring all the winners onto the front stretch, and you'll get to take your pictures with the cars and have a good old time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for your Pure Stock A feature. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 71 machine out of Fairgrove, Missouri, Mr. Chris Donnelly on his outside looking for win number 10. The number 25 of Dale Centers out of Cassville, Missouri. Inside row, number 2 going to be the 34C out of Joplin, Missouri. It's Lenny Coates. On his outside, the 21H machine of Kevin Yon out of Springfield, Missouri. Inside row number 3, Mr. Sean Coates in that beautiful black number 34 machine. Going to start in that 5th spot on his outside. Going to be the 714 of Dustin Isaacs coming all the way from Ava, Missouri. And starting in the rear there, Dean Kimberling in number 54. And on his outside, current points leader, the number 69 of Dylan Bowman. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. We're heading off into turn number 1. Donnelly on the inside, Centers on the outside. Centers trying his best not to fall behind. Chris Donnelly in the number 71, working that middle lane. Watch out, Lenny Coates. Getting around number 25 of Dale Centers there. Coates moving up to that 2nd spot. Dale Centers fighting back on the outside. They're side by side. Watch out. Sean Coates wants to enter the chat here. He's on the bottom side of Lenny Coates. Father-son racing, and we've got him spinning back there. What a... Joplin Lock and Key caution being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. 7-14 of Dustin Isaacs is running 6 at the time. Excellent racing here. Chris Donnelly out front all by himself. Almost had a whole 2nd lead over the 34C of Lenny Coates. Lenny Coates going to the bottom side. Coates to the bottom side. That'll put Dale Centers on his outside. Kevin Young going to go to the inside. Sean Coates on his outside. No advantage, no helping here. Green flag. We've hit that Ozark Fiber Restart Zone. We're green flag racing once again here in our Pure Stock A feature. Chris Donnelly out front. Lenny Coates. Been told he was going around town looking for the best setups. I think he's got it. He's up to that 2nd spot right now, getting around Mr. Dale Centers. Sean Coates right behind him. Three-car battle for that 2nd spot. Coates, Centers, Coates. Meanwhile, out front, the 71 of Chris Donnelly. Whoa, watch out. Sean gets a little bit wild there in top of turn number 4. Center's looking to go around the top side of Lenny Coates. Coates shuts him off. Donnelly out front by 1.228 seconds over the 34C of Lenny Coates. They are getting wild in the back. 34 machine to Sean Coates. I don't know if he's just a little bit loose or what's going on, but he's looking to get around the 714 machine of Dustin Isaacs there on the bottom side. Dean Kimberling, we're 3 wide. Chris Tonley in the 71 out front by 1.713 seconds. Meanwhile, we are watching this battle. Sorry, Tombo. Tonley can do whatever he wants out front. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Centers trying to plan it perfectly, trying to get around that Lenny Coates machine. Starting to reel him in there, working that high side. Lenny Coates doing a good job. Oh, watch out, good timing. Whoa, watch out. Josh Sharpley up on the mountain, didn't flinch one bit. I bet that's going to be an awesome shot from Unforgotten Shots. Donnelly leads another one. We are 8 laps in the books, just past our halfway point. Donnelly, Lenny Coates, and Dale Centers, your top 3. Kevin Yount, Dean Kimberling rounding out your top 5. Centers again looking at that top side. Centers with the advantage on the bottom, looking to go the underside here of Coates. Coates just too fast. Running the top side. We're going to take a look to the underside. Coates falling to the rear there, just having a tough time with that 34 machine tonight. Looking good in the hot laps and heat races and feature time. Dale Centers just 0.3 of a second behind the 34C of Lenny Coates there. Lenny Coates, another 4 seconds back. Still side by side, fight for that second spot. Centers not giving up that easy. Centers almost got him. Lenny Coates stays on the back bumper of the 25. We'll see if Centers' lap times get any faster here as he gets around Coates. They do, about a whole second faster. Sean Coates going to go ahead and take it off the track there. You see him on the top side of 1 and 2. Lenny Coates, meanwhile, got that thing whipped out. White flag coming out for your leader here. The 71 of Chris Tonley out front of this deal. 714 of Isaacs pulls it off the track as well. 71 of Chris Tonley goes down the backstretch through 3 and 4. Nobody taking it from him. Comes off of turn number 4. Takes that Weska Home Furnishings checkered flag. Your winner, the 71 of Chris Tonley. Oh, Lenny Coates spinning right there at the end. I need to go clean off your front stretch camera. Got a little mud on it. Chris Tonley, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the 71. Chris Tonley taking the win there. Dale Centers.
71, we do victory lane at the end of the night. 71.
Dale Centers coming in that second spot. Kevin Yount finishing third. Dean Kimberling and Dylan Bowman are rounding out your top 5. He laps the distance. Air. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 31 machine of Kai Blight, all the way from Australia. On his outside, going to be Tyler Kai Kendall in that 8K machine. Inside row number 2. Inside row number 2 is going to be Chris Wilhite, the number 21. On his outside, the number 7 of Cole Wells. Inside row number 3, Jackson on the quarter J. On his outside, Ryan Johnson in the J. 7J rather. Inside row number 4, going to be Matt Minzy in the 29 machine. On his outside, the number 45 of Marvin Forrest. Inside row number 5, Steve Johnson in the number 11 machine. On his outside, Eric Perry in the 22. Inside row number 6, Sean Eggman in the 18 machine. On his outside, Steve Still in that 87. And starting in the rear, number 98 of Justin Wells. On his outside, Glenn Powell in the 26P. Blight, Kai Kendall, row number 1. Let's get it on! Kai Blight with the lead on the top side, running deep into the 15s when he was doing hot laps there. Racing hot laps there. Chris Kai Blight, your leader here, coming off of turn number 4. Going to lead lap number 1. Tyler Kai Kendall in that second spot. Chris Wilhite in third. Blight out front by 0.7 of a second. Tyler Kai Kendall in that 8K machine, already falling back fast. Jackson Ertl in that third spot. Cole Wells, Ryan Johnson rounding out your top 5. My goodness, that guy is on another level out front. Kai Kendall on that 8K machine, just 1.2 seconds back. Watch out for the 21 of Chris Wilhite going underneath the bottom side of the number 7 of Cole Wells. Gets under him for 4th spot caution coming out here. Johnson, the number 11, going around top of 1 and 2. Kai Blight is your leader. Flagman Chip Advermotes gives him the signal for green next time by. Want to remind all race fans to stay back off the fence during racing. Again, all race fans, please stay back off the fence during racing. We need you back. We're ready to get this thing started again. Kai Blight brings them around 3 and 4, wheel to wheel, door to door. Here they come off 3 and 4. Let's get it on. Heading into 1 and 2, Kai Blight still dominant out front. Watch out, we're going to be 3 wide for second as we come through 3 and 4. Cole on the bottom side. Jackson Ertl right there in the middle. Kai Blight out front of this thing. 2 seconds already over that 8K of Tyler Kai Kendall. Cole Wells in that 3rd spot. Jackson Ertl rounding out your top 5. We got a battle. Look out, boy, that 21 of Chris Wilhite climbs up to that 4th spot, getting around Jackson Ertl in the quarter J. He's got Cole Wells in his sights now here on lap number 5. Cole getting hunted as he goes down the backstretch. Wilhite And that 21 was spinning on the backstretch. Will stay green flag racing. Blight making his way around the lap. A vehicle there. Steve still goes a lap down. Kai Blight in the 31 machine. Out front, Kai Kindle in that second spot. We're going to go ahead and throw a caution here. Here's our Midwest Sheet Metals, a replay here. Oh, he got dumped. I'm not going to name any names. I'll leave that guessing game up to you there. I imagine there'll be some black flag shaking maybe. There you see it again, getting spun. Tough break for the 7J of Ryan Johnson. Meanwhile, out front, Kai Blight in that number 31 machine. He was 3.777 seconds ahead of the 8K of Tyler Kai Kendall. Cole Wells in that third spot fighting with Chris Wilhite Jr. in the number 21. Jack Snerdle rounding out your top five. We're lights out, ladies and gentlemen. 5 down, 15 to go. Wilhite's ready to get this thing started. Blight ready, rather. We are green flag racing again. Here we go. Kai Blight, not number 31 machine, then goes back to a 3-car battle. Watch out, the 21 of Chris Wilhite coming in hot. Wilhite gets around Cole. Running that bottom side, catfishing around. He's got Tyler Kai Kendall is in his sights now. Looking to take away that second spot away from Kai Kendall. Tyler Blight out front by 1.746. Then it goes back to a 2-car battle. Chris Wilhite Jr. on the bottom side. Tyler Kai Kendall on the top side. Halfway through our Dirt AAA Model A feature, side by side, we are fighting for second. Blight out front. The longer these two fight for that second spot, the further away Kai Blight gets. Running a 17.254 that last time by. These guys are only running 17.5-second laps. Do you bide your time? Do you wait till you get closer to the end? You've only got 9 to go right now. Tyler Kai Kendall holding on to that second spot over Chris Wilhite Jr. Cole Wells in that 4th spot. Mike Menzie in 4th. Problems. Never mind, that's lap car going 2 laps down now. That number 87 of Steve Still. Kai Blight. Still your current leader here, 13 in the books. 7 to go. Tyler Kai Kendall in that second spot. Chris Wilhite Jr. Not a whole lot of distance between your second and third. But Blight is out front by 3.3 seconds already. Caution coming out here. Right there in the turn number 3, entryway to turn 3. Can't tell what car it is. Just to your right there, Tombo. Yeah, there you go. 22 machine. Gonna be 22 machine of Eric Perry. He gets her fired back up. We'll get him back in lock. Again, caution flag being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. Kai Blight was leading by 3.315 that last time by over the 8K of Tyler Kai Kendall. Kai Kendall and Wilhite Jr. have an excellent battle for that second spot. Wilhite Jr. falls back. They're probably faster apart than they ever were together. Colwell's in that 4th spot. Matt Menzie moving up to that 5th spot. Quarter J, Jackson Earl. In 6th, Sean Eggeman, Marvin Forrest, Eric Perry, and Steve Still rounding out your top 5. Again, we are 14 laps in the book, 6 to go here in your Dirt Super Late Model Series. Tyler Kai Kendall electing to go to the inside here. That'll put Quis Will Height Jr. on his outside. Cole Wells inside to row number 3. Matt Menzie on his outside. 14 down, 6 to go. A lot of excellent racing so far. Does anybody have anything for the Australian champion, the 31 of Kai Blight? The lights are out. We're ready to get it on here at Monett Motor Speedway. Week number 18 here. 2 weeks away from the Larry Phillips Memorial Race. Green flag, here we go. Excellent restart. Kai Kendall on that bottom side. Able to gather it back up in time. Boy, these guys are just so fast here. Can that Kai Blight slow down, please? Can he slow down? Because we got a caution. Joplin Lock and Key being brought to you by the 22. Once again, that's the second caution for the 22 machine. We will probably end up sending him to the back. All right, lights out again. Kai Blight out front. Eric Perry taking it to the back after 2 spins. Again, we're on lap number 14 of 20. Green flag, here we go. We're bunching up. Once again, Eric Perry shot out of a rocket. He makes his way around 3 and 4. Chris Will Height Jr. assuming that second spot this time. Tyler Kai Kendall's got everything to say about that. Look at that run off of 2. He's right on Will Height's back bumper. Gonna hold on to that top side. Kai Kendall, Will Height. Kai Kendall looks to the bottom side. Will Height protecting the top. Kai Kendall. Slide jump, they get together. Tough break for your 3rd place car. It happens to them again. These guys battle everywhere they go. Gonna be some tough feelings on that one.
you to stop in turn 2.
Kai Blight still out front of this thing. Hate to see a good battle end like that.
Is the 21 changing the flat or anything, or did he just go to the next? 8K, stop! 8K, stop so we can pull your deal out.
A little body damage there on the Kai Kendall machine. Thank you to Tommy Boy getting them all fixed up back there.
4 laps, they're single file.
Thank you, Tommy Boy.
Go to your spot behind 31. 8K.
All right, we'll get Kai Kendall back in his spot. Going to be a single file restart if you can hear our race director in the background. Lights are out, ready to get it on. Going to be 4 to go when we get back to racing here. 16 down, 4 to go.
Single file, drivers, it'll be a single file restart.
Blight, Kai Kendall, Wells, Minzy, and Ertl, your top 5. Let's get it on! Going that far outside could have been a mistake by Kai Kendall on the restart. Watch out, Cole Wells on his bottom side. Kai Kendall got it in hand though. Kai Blight out front. Tyler Kai Kendall back to a second spot. Cole Wells in that 3rd position. Watch out for a hard charging Ryan Johnson. Matt Minzy in that top 5. Johnson using that very tippy top. Trying to find some moisture in the track here. Find that traction to get around Cole. He's got a good run off of 1 and 2. White flag coming out for your leader, Kai Blight. My goodness, that man is on rails in that 31 machine. Get low, sir. You got the leader right behind you. Kai Kendall. Woo, he almost messed up that 2nd spot. I told you Johnson wasn't coming. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 31 coming all the way from Australia. Kai Blight with the win. Kai Blight running a fastest lap of 16.797. Tyler Kai Kendall barely coming in that 2nd spot there by 1/1000th of a second ahead of Ryan Johnson in that 7J. Hard charging Ryan Johnson going from 5th to 3rd there in the last couple laps. Cole Wells finishing in that 4th spot, and Matt Minzy rounding out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, was it worth it? Was it worth the price of admission? I think it was. Your Dirt Super Late Models putting on a heck of a show for us here at Monett Motor Speedway. Friday feature. This is going to be a good one, too. Here we got Trevor Drake starting on the pole in the 7L. Coming on his outside, the number 56 machine of Hoyt Miller, all the way from Cross Timbers, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be John Sheets in that 8S. On his outside, Matt Thompson in the 31 machine. Inside row number 3 is going to be Kelly Chick Hicks in number 32. On his outside, the number 21 of Jackie Dalton. Terry Williams and Steve Muhlenberg inside and outside of row number 4. Kenny Nutter, Brennan Baum, Patrick Lewis, and Zane McCracken. Let's get it on! Hoyt Miller to the lead on the outside. Trevor Drake and John Sheets left to fight for what's left. Hoyt Miller out the top of 4. Hoyt Miller going to lead lap number 1 here in their David & Sons USA B Modified A feature. Trevor Drake just 0.5 of a second behind in that 7L machine. John Sheets right behind him. Top three start to break away just a little bit. Then you got 4 and 5 by themselves. 4 and 5 being Matt Thompson and Jackie Dalton. And then after that, the rest of the field. And now you know the rest of the field. Second and third battling it out here. Drake and Sheets. Hoyt Miller, now that he's out front, got nobody to contend with. Just keep turning off them fast laps, my boy. 18.874, looking for his second win of the year. Keeps extending that lead out, 1.212 that last time by. Running that top side. Trevor Drake running that top side as well. John Sheets all over the back bumper of that 7L machine. Falls back just a little bit coming off of turn number 2. Lost a little momentum there. Then you look back to the 4th spot there. That's going to be Matt Thompson and Jackie Dalton. Jackie Dalton had fallen off just a little bit. Johnson doing his best to reel in that second group. Let's see, any other good battles on the track? Right now we got the 27 battling with the 24L. That's going to be for that 8th spot. Good battle right there, you see. Muhlenberg and Kenny Nutter. Meanwhile, out front, coming across the flag stand now here, Hoyt Miller out front by a whole second and a half. It's Trevor Drake. It's starting to reel him in here. John Sheets falls back to that second group. 1.429 the distance between Trevor Drake and Hoyt Miller last time by. Hoyt stretching it out just another 1/10 of a second. John Sheets a whole another 3.5 seconds back. Matt Thompson, Jackie Dalton right behind him, rounding out your top 5. Little time made up there by Trevor Drake in that 7L machine, running a 1.447. Running a faster lap than Hoyt Miller. Hoyt Miller better not be out for a Sunday drive here. Nothing's done until it's done. Not until the fat Joshua sings. Good battle there. Jackie Dalton looking on the underside of Matt Thompson. That's going to be for the 4th spot. Dalton fighting on the inside here as we work lap number 15. 5 to go. Sorry, 4 to go now. And it may be lap 11. I'm not good at numbers, so we'll just continue. Whoa, we got a spin there in turn number 3 and 4. We got him going off the edge. Right in front of the leader. Kosh coming out for the 9 of Brennan Baum. Hoyt Miller getting his spot back as he was trying to avoid the caution there. Trevor Drake in that 2nd spot. John Sheets in 3rd. 31 machine of Matt Thompson and Jackie Dalton 4th and 5th. We are 10 laps in the books of 15. 5 to go. The lights are out. We're going to stay single files the last 5 laps of the feature here. 56 machine of Hoyt Miller, your pace setter here. Starting a fastest average lap of the class, 19.119. John Sheets in that 8S machine running just a little bit faster average than your second place of Trevor Drake. But it doesn't matter because he's in second. Not going green quite yet. Not sure for the reason. ADS Sheets taking it to the back, not sure why. Not going green quite yet. He's flashing the yellow. Not sure what the problem is on the 8S machine of Sheets. Now the lights are out. Now we're going to get this thing finished here. Hoyt Miller, Trevor Drake, Thompson, Dalton, and Steve Muhlenberg. Now your top 5. Green flag, here we go. Hoyt Miller being challenged by Trevor Drake here. Side by side through 1 and 2. Hoyt Miller with the advantage. Great run off of 2. Jackie Dalton right behind that number 31 machine of Matt Thompson. He's going to try for that 3rd spot. Both your leaders, not both your leaders, your leader and your 2nd place car running way high in both corners. Hoyt Miller out front by 0.6 of a second that last time by over the 7L of Trevor Drake. Matt Thompson in 3rd spot. He's got Jackie Dalton on his bottom side. Jackie trying to take that 3rd spot away. 31 of Thompson holds on for 1 more lap. We are 12 laps. The book's going to be 2 to go this next time by. Hoyt Miller going to lead. Another one here, 2 phalanges in the air. Trevor Drake in that 2nd spot. Jackie Dalton makes it up to the 3rd. Matt Thompson, Steve Muhlenberg, your top 5. White flag in the air for your leader, number 56 of Hoyt Miller. Run a pretty good race so far, almost perfect. Making his way down the backstretch here, heading off into turn number 3 and 4. Trevor Drake gonna throw the whole kitchen sink at him. Who's gonna take it? Gonna be the 56 of Hoyt Miller taking home the win. Checkered flag again being brought to you by West Home Furnishings, 819 US Highway 60 Monett. We're gonna be extending our 12-hour sale. We had a 12-hour sale this past Saturday. We're going to be extending it all next week, and we invite you to come in. Again, Hoyt Miller in the 56 machine taking home the win. 2nd win of the season there. Trevor Drake a close 2nd. Jackie Dalton finishing 3rd. Matt Thompson and Steve Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. Kenny Nutter finishing in that 6th spot. Patrick Lewis, Terry Williams, 7 and 8. Kelly Chick Hicks and Brennan Baum rounding out your top 10. Excellent racing again there. It is time for your INEX Legends, a feature, ladies and gentlemen. All right, lights are out, ready to get this thing on. Tanner Foster, your pole sitter on his outside, going to be the number 57 of Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. Inside to row number 2 is going to be Michael Seitz. In the number 11 on his outside, Zerny Vest in the 85. Inside row number 3, Dave Smith. In the 38 on his outside, Kenny Foster in number 55. Evan Pyle, Smoke Metcalf side by side in row number 4. Brad Smith, Peyton Pyle, row number 5. And Kaylee Smith in the rear of this thing. Green flag, here we go. Michael Seitz already up to that second spot. Tanner Foster out front. Problems on the 57 machine. But Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., he's slow on that top side. Number 70 machine also pulling to the inside. That's going to be Brad Sims. Michael Seitz out front of this thing here. Caution flag coming out. Tough break for Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., but his car does match the Joplin Lock and Key caution flag. Again, caution flag being brought to you here on lap at number 1. Michael Seitz, your leader at the number 11 here. Tanner Foster inside row number 2. Kenny Foster on his outside, coming from that 5th spot. Don't you give me attitude. Seitz in row number 1, Foster row number 2, Pyle and Smith row number 3. Again, 1 lap down here in your INX Legends A feature. Michael Seitz brings them around 3 and 4, hits that lap pedal. Here we go. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Michael Seitz out front here. Tanner Foster in that 2nd spot right behind him. Tanner Foster just right behind my man. Seitz, as he works his inside here, all over the back bumper. They're bumping and banging, going through 1 and 2. That's going to be a little body damage, I bet. Seitz out front by just 1/10 of a second over Tanner Foster. Foster, your current points leader. Michael Seitz looking for his first win here at Monett Speedway in the INX Legends this season. Tanner Foster looking to the outside, loses some ground for it. Good run for Seitz off the bottom of 2. Michael Seitz, the number 11, your current leader, coming off of turn number 4 here. Tanner Foster, Evan Pyle, rounding out your top 3. Peyton Pyle, Kenny Foster. That is your top 5. 8 laps to go here for your leader, number 11, Kenny? Michael Seitz. Seitz out front by almost a whole second over the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Do I grade that in just regular car distance? Or like little INX Legend cars? It's 46 INX Legend cars lead for Michael Seitz. Translates to 0.8 of a second over the number 1 of Tanner Foster, Evan Pyle, Peyton Pyle, and Zerny Vest. Zerny jumping into your top 5. number 70 again there with problems. That's Brad Sims. He pulls to the inside with Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. I'm trying to watch this run here of fourth place Peyton Pyle. He's got a good run on Evan Pyle. That's going to be for that third spot. Let's see what he does through 1 and 2 here, running that high side. Don't even have to let off. Let's see how his run goes. Not as good that time, but going to be 3 laps to go here for Michael Seitz, your leader out front of this thing here in your INX Legends. Tanner Foster in that second spot. Evan Pyle, Peyton Pyle. Closest battle on the track is going to be for that third spot. And they're about half a second away from each other for now. 2 phalanges in the air here. Michael Seitz can feel it in his bones. Almost a whole straightaway lead here. He looks to get around Smoke Metcalf as he looks for the white flag here. Looking at the bottom side of Smoke, he'll get around the 00. Down the backstretch he goes. Keep it straight, my boy. You can do it. Coming off of turn number 4, taking the Wesco home furnishings checkered flag, Michael Seitz with the win. 2.704 seconds over the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up, give it up for the number 11 of Michael Seitz, taking home the win. Tanner Foster finishing in that second spot. Peyton Pyle getting around Evan Pyle. Peyton finishing third. Evan Pyle finishing fourth. And Zuri Vess rounding out your top 5. Current points leader, 930 of James DeWitt out of Pineville, Missouri. On his outside is going to be Jesse Parmley in the number 82. Coming all the way from Neosho, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be Michael Grosbeck in the 32G. On his outside, going to be the number 66, the Z66 of Zachary Riddick. Inside row number 3 is going to be Michael Gillis in the 33 machine. On his outside, Jack Hammer in the number 14. Inside row number 4 is going to be Daryl Riddick in the number 29 machine. On his outside, Larry Jordan in the number 10, and starting in the rear, the number 82X of Evan Clark, able to make it back out. We're ready to get it on. Big thank you to Iowa Fire Equipment Company, a big sponsor here for Show Me Dirt, one of the best in the business, hands down. DeWitt brings him around 3 and 4, hits that loud pedal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 wide in the rear once again. James DeWitt out front of this thing. Parmley in that second spot. Parmley gets a little bit sideways with it. 32G machine of Grosbeck takes over that second spot. I'm telling you, hang around. This is going to be a good one by the time we're all said and done. James DeWitt in the 930 going to lead lap number 1. Michael Grosbeck in the 32G in that second spot. Parmley in third. And the Z66 of Zachary Riddick. You could touch all your top 4 cars right there together. Watch out. They're getting together. They're bumping and banging. I told you, watch out. I told you, don't go nowhere.
Stop. Hey, guys, let's get them pushed to the infield and then hook them up. I think they're all right.
Can we see a hand from all the drivers? Oh, they can't hear me. What am I saying? I see head movement. That's a good sign. It's Jesse Parmley and Michael Grosbeck. We're fighting for second at the time. Yeah, just run over that bumper. It's not important. Here's the replay from Midwest Sheet Metals.
Turn 2, please. Go to turn 2.
Boom, big hit. Can't wait to see that one on TikTok. Just glad both drivers are okay.
14. Guys, continue.
Yeah, big round of applause.
Stay single file.
Two top contenders.
Stop there at Heather. Stop there at Heather. Drivers get stacked up. It'll be 32 or 66. Zach in second.
What a big hit. Thank you, Show Me Dirt and Midwest Sheet Metals, showing us the replay on that one. My goodness.
You were in second. I need
We have one lap in the books here of our Bomber A feature.
to go opposite of what he chooses.
James DeWitt in the 930, your current leader. Zach Riddick. I didn't see how he got out of that situation. Was he low? Let's see that replay one more time here.
Hook him up there.
So everybody's in a line. Parmalee goes to the inside. Comes in just a little bit hot, and they go straight into the wall. Zachary Riddick able to get around him on that bottom side. Just make him go out of there. All righty. Here we go. 14 to go. James DeWitt, your leader.
9:30 sets the pace. 9:30 sets the pace.
Riddick and Hammer, row number 2. Riddick looking to go to that top side. That'll put Hammer on his underseed. What is underseed? Why did I say underseed? DeWitt crawls him around 3 and 4, looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. A green flag. Here we go. 3 wide for that second spot. Daryl Riddick and Zachary Riddick going to be battling for second. Zach Riddick assuming that top spot. He's got James DeWitt in that 930 in his sights right in front of him there. All over his back bumper. Don't lift, my friend. Just keep her hammered. Speaking of hammer, we got Hammer spun. He gets her back going again. We're going to stay green flag racing. I thank you, good sir. Jack Hammer. Going to try to go 3 wide for the lead. Coming off of turn number 4. They tuck her back in. Careful, sir. You're on camera. We're watching your every move. Zachary Riddick in the Z66 on the inside. James DeWitt on the outside. Riddick taking the lead here off of turn number 4. James DeWitt with the crossover looking to the bottom side. Zachary Riddick, your leader. James DeWitt. Daryl Riddick, your top 3. Ooh, a little slip up from Zachary Riddick. Zachary Riddick in the Z66, your current leader still. James DeWitt in the 930. In that second spot, Daryl Riddick looking to the underside. 8 laps to go here. Daryl Riddick looking on the bottom side of James DeWitt as they go down the backstretch. Side by side for that second spot. Riddick not going anywhere. Zachary Riddick still out front by 1.222. Daryl Riddick scored in that second spot last time by James DeWitt. on his top side. Evan Powell running way high there in that fourth spot. Going to be 5 to go this next time by. Zach Riddick in the Z66, your current leader. James DeWitt holding on to second for now. Daryl Riddick in third. Leader looking to get around Jack Hammer there. Jack not going to slow him down for very long. Right there in his back bumper, though. Dale Riddick still on the bottom side of James DeWitt. 3 to go here in your Bomber A feature. Man, Daryl Riddick just not giving up, holding on for that second spot. These guys pitting right next to each other. Two to go here as your leader makes his way down the backstretch. Daryl Riddick hoping that lap car of Hammer would have came a lot sooner. James DeWitt letting it all hang out on that top side. White flag coming out for your leader one more time around. Zachary Riddick out front. Nobody's going to touch him. It's the battle for second that we're watching as they make their way down the backstretch, neck and neck, nose and nose. Daryl Riddick on the bottom side, James DeWitt on the top side. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to have it? Daryl Riddick getting around James DeWitt on that last turn there. Making it stick. Evan Clark finishing fourth. Larry Johnson finishing in that fifth spot. And out front, the Z66 of Zachary Riddick catching his first win in his new Charger. Now that will do it for all of our features. We'll have all of our feature winners come out to the front stretch. Y'all will get to take some pictures with them. Another good night of racing here at Monett Motor Speedway. We appreciate you, the fans, coming out and supporting us. We got A-Mods coming back next week, getting everything ready for a good night of racing on the 18th with the Heartland Modified Tour. Y'all be safe getting home, and we will see you next week.